For the past 20 years since the 1994 Russian brokered ceasefire, the villagers living on the state border with Azerbaijan have lived in a condition that is now known as no war, no peace. But actually, it's been no peace for these villagers. During the crippling heat of summer, an alarming escalation of tensions along the Karabakh-Azerbaijan line of contact and along the Armenian-Azerbaijani state border led to dozens of deaths and promised to destabilize an already fragile region. It was the worst flare-up of tensions in the 20 years of the self-maintained ceasefire following the Karabakh War. While international media was quick to respond, as governments and different international bodies such as the United Nations, the Council of Europe, the OSCE, issued statements, innocent civilians living along the border with Azerbaijan lived and continue to live in constant fear. Since 1992, the OSCE Minsk Group co-chairs Russia, France, and the United States have been negotiating for a peaceful settlement of the conflict. Following the dangerous flare-up of clashes, Russian President Vladimir Putin hosted a meeting between Armenian President Serge Sarkisyan and Azerbaijani President Ilham Aliyev in Sochi, Russia. At that meeting, the presidents of Armenia and Azerbaijan recommitted themselves to peacefully resolve the Karabakh conflict. This seemed to have helped in calming the recent violence. But is it a guarantee for the villagers? We are in the village of Aygepar in the Krikorian home. Aygepar is a village that lies on the Armenian-Azerbaijani state border. At the end of July and beginning of August, the state border and the contact line between Karabakh and Azerbaijan saw a lot of clashes and a lot of action. These are the windows that have been shattered because of Azerbaijani fire that comes from Azerbaijani military posts that are situated about 800 meters away from this home. About 5 days ago, the family was terrified once again when another Azerbaijani bullet came in through the window and hit the wall here. And I'd just like our cameraman to show you what's come in through here. And as you can see here, another bullet came in through the window pane. It hit the windowsill, and then it went across the room and hit the cabinet here inside and went all the way across there. 78-year-old Arshaluys Gevorgyan's home in Aygepar, one of the hardest hit villages along the Armenian-Azerbaijani border, was hit by a barrage of Azerbaijani gunfire on August 9, one day before the trilateral meeting of the presidents in Sochi. That night, they could hear gunshots being fired at the direction of homes in the village, something which has become an almost normal occurrence. His house had been damaged before, but this night would be different. At around 3 a.m. in the morning, Arshaluys smells something burning, and then he hears an explosion. He runs out of his room and realizes that his house has caught fire. He saves his wife and his 52-year-old son, who is mentally disabled. While they try to put out the fire, he and his son receive third-degree burns. Neighbors try to help, but it is too late. The home that he has built with his own hands goes up in smoke. Trying to control his tears, Arshaluys Gevorgyan tells us that he has been given a place to live, but there is no water or gas or electricity. He says that people have been trying to help, but all of his belongings, furniture, appliances, clothes, books, memories, were lost in the fire. The day we visited him in Aygepar, the family didn't even have a bed to sleep in.